Hello, this is John Piper with the weekend video clip, and Saturday the 12th of August. A quick commercial break. We launched time price analysis just barely a week ago, really, the 3rd of August. It's been an incredible week, had some incredible results from traders. Trading is the best paid job in the world. I suggest that the TPA is a big step in the right direction, and you can try it out for just £97, and that's fully refundable as usual. We're going to launch officially actually in September, but I thought I'd give you a sneak preview of this promo, as it were. A lot of very positive feedback this week. I mean, just to pick out a few, 700 points this week, pretty amazing. The feedback just keeps coming. So Andy Smith agrees with me, this is a game changer. David says, I've never seen such a detailed report with such an abundance of technicals, levels and timing as well. It's indeed very impressive and effective. Jonathan, 300 points of profit the week so far. It's a direct analysis of TPA analysis on DAX and S&P. It just goes on and on. I would really urge you to try it out. We'll be fully launching on in September at some point, but it's certainly something you need to try out, as the potential for this is actually staggering. Right, starting with FTSE, I've now found a different charting package, investing.com. I do have a interactive chart, so that's very useful. So we had the peak back here, 7.6 on 7.599, ABC decline, A wave, A, B, C, B wave, and now in the C wave. My target's been 7.2 here, at which point the A wave and the C wave will be equal. But given the speed of this thing, it may want to go a little bit further than that. However, it's definitely a corrective form. There's definitely an ABC. Fourth wave is complex, difficult to trade. This is one of the aspects we're learning on TPA. But the C part can be a lot easier. So this move down, certainly support around 7.2. But we have got time targets, but I can't reveal those. You need to subscribe to the service if you want to get the full information. But the time targets are, of course, invaluable. And we're expecting a pretty strong rally once these lows are in. Alright, turning to the Dow, we finally saw the peak we've been expecting. Took a bit of time coming in as well. So we have it's possibly a 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it could also be an A, B, C. So this could be a B wave coming in. Mike's target on the Dow is 20,000, so there's almost 2,000 points to play for here. So even £10 a point could bring you 20 grand, which obviously would be a very nice return. Dow's quite a volatile market, so £10 a point can be expensive. Get it wrong, obviously, but the reward would be quite attractive if you get it right. Looking at the DAX, show the peak here. And it's forced to count this as an ABC, as this was a higher low. So that's A wave, B wave, and this looks like a C wave. There's a 5 here, in fact. So another ABC, another leg down. So potentially we could be seeing impulsive action. I mean, that'd be a lot cleaner if that was there, but we don't always get precision here. We've also got a bit of an overlap here, in fact, so not much of one, in fact, but the overall count here is that these are fourth waves, and the DAX is the only one that actually hasn't been conforming to that pattern so far. The Dow could do, in the sense that declines only just started, but FTSE is certainly looking corrective. Nevertheless, we're looking for for major buying opportunities coming up fairly shortly now. Right, gold is interesting and it's rallying nicely, thankfully. I count this as a 5 up to there, so the actual count is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These also subdivide quite nicely. Fourth wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bit of overlap there. Then we've got this ABC, and now we're starting the third wave up, which should be the longest. So it's looking like we could see a bit of a pullback at this point. Obviously, key support's 1250. But of course, we've got all these problems in the world again with Korea and the US rattling their sabers, as it were. 1300 is a key level, 1295, 1300. I think we could see a spurt up above that quite sincerely, quite strongly, I should say. The key worrying area for this pattern, that's around 1205, 1275. So $70 off there is a key level where this could all be an ABC. So 1320 thereabouts, 1325 is the point at which, if this is an ABC rally, then it's liable to fail. If we go shooting through there, then I'd be inclined to think this is an impulsive move. That disagrees with TPA incidentally, I should say. I don't want to and also Mike does not trade the Dow. He much prefers the S&P, and I find all professional traders actually do prefer the S&P to the Dow. So not everything in here is in Mike's opinion. I don't want to give that impression at all. Let me just look at the longer term chart, because it's quite important to look at that. Here's the daily chart. So we had those lows in October. I count this as a 1. Now, is this a complete ABC? And is this 2 starting up? The problem is this looks fairly corrective. So that would be dispelled if this is a truly impulsive move. Well, the problem is really counting this move from here to there. It's quite difficult to count impulsively. I mean, certainly you could say there's a 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, this is quite hard to make an impulsive case out of, but let's assume that that is a 5-wave advance, and at that point everything comes quite neat and clean. ABC. This is wave 1 of 3, and one can see that a thrust up would fit in quite nicely with that count. And 13. I mean, we're trading a move to 1300 anyway, just where A and C are equal. It's the areas above there where if we make significant progress into that area there, then that would support an impulsive count here. The other count is that instead this is all a big A, B, C. Sorry, A, B up to here, and then a C wave decline, taking us possibly down actually, well, to test these lows here. So that would be quite a shock for the gold bugs, and it would certainly be a good reason to bail out of positions at the peak coming up here. So a big decision point. Mike has his own views, which I'll be monitoring very carefully, because this is a big decision point. It needs to be monitored very carefully. And although one can hold all the way down with ETFs, stocks, etc., it won't be very comfortable. And of course, if it goes that far, then who knows what may want to go further. Personally, I'd rather hope it just goes shooting up, but we need to monitor what's happening and take decisions accordingly. Alright, finally Bitcoin, which is at a fascinating stage. I count as a 1, 2, 1, 2. We then get a 3 up to there. Then this is the 4 down to there. And we've got 1, 2, and 3. 3 looks pretty much over to me. I did think it was over actually yesterday, but it's gone a little bit higher up. I did issue some price projections in my Bitcoin Business in a Box course to 4.6 to 5,000 for the final high. This is a 1, that's 1,100 points. 2 is coming about 1,300 points. So if this is contained, say down to 3.5, we have another 1 here, then 4.6 is certainly possible. I mean, the 4th wave could go lower, the 5th wave could extend. There's still this acceptance has yet to be seen. Many people are still saying Bitcoin is some kind of fad, it's all going to collapse, blah blah blah. Every time it falls back it's a crash, whereas in fact it's just a normal correction. And in any case, all markets crash time to time, but I wouldn't say Bitcoin has. All you get is buying opportunities so far. Buying opportunity, buying opportunity, buying opportunity, buying opportunity, and up it goes. So where people say crash, especially the more people that say it, read buying opportunity. Let's look at the shorter term action. This is the 4th wave low. Now it looks like an ABC, but there's a very small blip up here which could be wave 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, triangular again. Things like making triangles like gold does. So that's wave 2. Wave 3, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is wave 3 of 3. Here we have 1 and 2. Here we have 4 and 5. Now I had thought I thought we'd seen the peak, but it still continued to go up. But I think the 3rd wave peak is now very close. Let's have a look at the format of this move from 3-2. Alright, so 3-2 is here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 5 wave. And there could be a 3, I think it's probably 1 of 3 in fact, so that's 1, 2, 3 of 3, 4, 5 of 3. So I think this is the 4th wave coming in. And then we've got a 5th wave of 3. So 3 isn't over yet. So 3 is equal to 1, which is around, I don't know, 100, 200 points. Actually, it needs to go above 3.8. So let's just say 3 gets to 4,000. That's probably quite a reasonable attainment. And then 4 would come in, take us back down to about 3,650 thereabouts. And at that point, another 1,000 points up, and another in the final 5th wave. So still plenty to play for, plenty to trade for. In fact, this remains the most interesting market at the moment, doing the most dynamic things. Shame about the 10 points for an IG, but that will reduce, no doubt. But once you see the peak, which I expect to see in September, in fact, things happen quite quickly with Bitcoin. So I'm looking for a September peak around 4.6 to 5,000. We'll then see a massive wave 4 decline, which will be called a crash, the end of Bitcoin, the death of Bitcoin, etc., etc. What it will be is a massive buying opportunity, but you need to pick your time, and it probably will be quite serious. So personally, I tend to catch that decline, hedge all my positions, both the Bitcoin and altcoins. I don't really want to sell altcoins. It's such a hassle buying the goddamn things, storing them all. I mean, they went up. Some of them went up 10, 20 times, but the wallets, etc., does take up some time. So I plan to pull a whole living through this crash, but I'll be looking to buy a lot more once we see these expected peaks. Sorry, the expected lows, probably below 1,000 in Bitcoin, I would think. Certainly 1,800, but I would say that 1,000 to 1,800 is the conservative range for the low. But it could go below 1,000. It could be a serious pullback in the cryptocurrency space, a real clear out. So whether it's worth waiting for that, I don't know. I'm not guaranteeing it will just keep going up, but that certainly is the way the chart's looking to me at the moment. Anyway, with that note, I'll call it a day. Hope you found it interesting and useful. Back to the report on Tuesday morning for subscribers. If you want to subscribe to time price analysis, there's a link in the email, or just email me and I'll send you something, john@bigcall.co.uk. Have a great weekend, thanks for listening, and bye for now.